Hello, beautiful beings of light and love. The neurodivergent part of this huge, expansive family. All that is now, all that was before, all that will come. Time is irrelevant. So we are all here. We are all connected to the universal consciousness. And those are going to be some of the things I weave into how I'm going to use. Sorry, my brain is still not perfectly working. I'm going to be weaving those into my life coaching practice because I have found through going through this autistic burnout and finding that I am late diagnosed autistic and ADHD, and just like diving into what that is and reading so much about it and finding things. It's like I have found so many things that have helped that I would have given anything to have had before, like with meditating. Oh my goodness, meditation was, I felt like the biggest failure, and they kept saying don't feel like a failure. I did these I started off using the Calm app, and there's a gentleman on there who does these like short 10-minute meditations, and he is ADHD. And so he even has like a special ADHD meditation guide, like that, like a certain like group of meditations that he did. I started off with one. I'm kind of to the point now where I do, I'm able to meditate by myself, or I'm taking a course. Like right now, I'm doing like a course in like energy work, and that has helped me immensely. So as I'm doing some videos showing up about how autism and ADHD is showing up for me, for this one individual, and how the burnout is going, I feel like a lot of this has really helped me. Obviously, like, still, if I do much outside of like my daily routine, then I'm kind of like, I'm spent for a few days. Like, things don't fire right, and just exhausted. And anyways, so I'm going to continue to do videos on that. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to section them. Like, I've seen some people have like tabs of like this and whatever. I don't know if you had to do that to begin with or if I can separate it. I will look into that. But today I want to share one of the very first things that I hope you all are doing, and if you're not doing, start doing it. And that is being aware of your breath. It is crazy to me that just knowing that I'm autistic and ADHD, just knowing that, and like having those glimpses back into like my childhood and teenage and 20s and even 30s, like seeing all these like pieces that I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, and that's where I masked this, and that's where that ended up making me like severely depressed or in a burnout. It's like I'm looking around because I'm very like visual and moving my hands around. Anyway, so like you guys can't see that, but anybody else at this park is like, oh, they're hiding behind the tree. I don't know if you can see them. There's Owl and Shadow. It's really, really hot, so being in the car is not ideal. So I brought them to a park so they could run and play, and Pancake's in the car, and those two are laying there. They're kind of mad at me though because I brushed them. Anyway, side note. Okay, so just knowing those things, I have felt, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I'm not consciously trying to strip away masks. Like, I don't feel like, I don't know, I guess I didn't feel like I had any, because I've always been kind of like outgoing and whatever, and then I found out like, oh well, yeah, I did. Like, it wasn't even like masking, it was just like I completely stopped doing that stem, and it led to this. Like, I can see how, so that can be kind of one of this part of like, don't if you stem, like, fucking own that and stem. But I, like, things have been like I used to not knowingly not breathe. And then all of a sudden I'd be like this, like, I don't know, I can't even do it. It's like this, like, sip. It's not like all of a sudden I'm like gasping for air. It's just like, and I did that the other day. I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't done that in so long, because I realized, before understanding how important breath is, that I wasn't breathing. When I was like fighting with anxiety, I was like, maybe that's part of it. And then also, like, I was smoking cigarettes, so like that kind of like forced me to breathe, I guess, like, anyways, I don't do that. I stopped when I had my first daughter. Now they're out a little bit. Let's see. Shadow and Owl. Isn't he gorgeous? He's so gorgeous. Owl. Oh, Owl. Look at how fluffy and beautiful he was. Or is, not was. I was going to say he was out at my oldest daughter's ranch farm thing for a couple days, and when I picked him back up, he was petrified. But he didn't come when I called him, so it was his own fault. Anyways, way back. Okay, so breath. I am not trying to I'm trying to sorry, I'm not even keeping the phone on me. I'm not at this point trying to correct things. I'm trying to let things come up and be really curious about it. Like, as I become more accepting, and I've heard people talk about like regression, and I don't think it's so much regression as it just is like our body is realigning with how they work. But anyways, so breathing. So this checks you back in and anchors you into your body. So as many times a day as you can, make a conscious effort to take 2 deep breaths. The first one, you're going to take a long, slow inhale through your nose, and then you're going to sigh. The second one, you're going to breathe in through your nose, long and slow. And then this one, you're going to breathe slowly out and down. So like you kind of feel like you've stopped at like right at your solar plexus. And that anchors you in. You can also imagine that you have a cord like right at the base of your spine that pulls you deep into the earth. Or not you, but your cord goes deep into the earth and you anchor. And that just helps you step into you. So then you can make decisions from you and not like chaos. Okay? So I love you. Mwah. Remember, wake up. You are brilliant. Mwah. See you next time.